at how these teams play, is it fair to expect a slower pace of the game?
I certainly think so, partner. I mean, both teams are extremely disciplined. They're not really interested in going up and down in a windshield wiper fashion. They value taking care of the ball and playing in the half court.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. A 3-ball. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by Lillard.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Now here's Randall from outside the arc. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Lillard against DiVincenzo. Giannis outside. And here's Prince outside. Minnesota with the rebound. There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. Was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Now Lillard, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Lillard misses.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to McDaniels. Randall surveying the D. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Drives to the hoop. Gobert finds McDaniel. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Edwards. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And that was a confident shot. Love when Edwards just rises up and fires off the dribble.
Prince against Edwards. Prince misses. Timberwolves leading by 5. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Kuzma against McDaniel. McDaniel sets a screen for DiVincenzo. No one near Randall as he lets it go. No good on the 3. And so Giannis will bring it up for the Bucks. Prince wide open. Good. And Giannis picking up the assist.
Yeah, you know, Prince is always doing a nice job working to get open, and that's the reward you get for staying active, keeping yourself moving, an open look on the jump shot there.
Edwards' shot is good.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Scoreless thus far. 3-pointer, Randall. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Gobert so good around the rim. Had that shot back before the defense could do anything with it.
Lillard with the bucket.
Always a threat. 3-point land that time was seriously expanded.
Edwards against Prince. Edwards kicks to Gobert. Fires from deep. That's good from Edwards on the assist by Gobert. Edwards got 11 points.
Didn't take Edwards long to get those 3 points back. Right back at you.
Poked away, out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. A different look for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Trent comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Kevin Porter's subbed in for Prince. Minnesota also making some changes. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Conley in for Dante DiVincenzo. Now here's Randall. Porter pulls it in.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Over in the corner, Conley. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And that one's good. Lillard.
Gotta like that attacking mindset of Lillard. I mean, very confident in his ability to score and finish inside.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Off target from three-point range. There's the three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for minutes. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Minnesota.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
On the court for Minnesota, we've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Randall out there with Clark. Then it's Naz Reid, and it's Conley in at the point. Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez, he's checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Rollins subbed in for Porter. Daniels, he's checked in for Minnesota. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Here's Rollins. Portis can't get it to go. Alexander Walker finds Clark. And here's Reid. Lopez covering. McDaniels against Portis. Trent passes to Green. Trent outside. There's the triple. It's good from long range. Trent's got a pair of triples in the second now for Milwaukee.
And that's exactly what he's looking to do more and more. Lopez creating for his teammates.
Here's Reid. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And here's Green outside. Reid with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here comes the break. The wide open look here for Lopez. Misses the three. Timberwolves leading by 7. When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections. He goes after loose balls. He gets you extra possessions on the glass. He steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Prince in for Trent.
And you can just see how confident Portis is inside. I mean, very comfortable there. Feels like he can score whenever he wants to.
Alexander Walker passes to DiVincenzo. And Reid has it in the corner. Pass to Alexander Walker. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Bucks trail by 7. From deep, Prince drains the three-pointer. Prince has got 6 points.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
Now here's DiVincenzo. This one for 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Green finds Prince. Here's the 3. No good on that one. Minnesota leading by 4. To the left side wing. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. The Bucks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Jacks up a three. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. And the Bucks with some changes. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Prince. Porter comes in for Green. And Lillard subbed in for Rollins. Here's Shannon. Buries it down low. And the Timberwolves lead by 6.
And the defense no factor, which is why he simply laid it in.
And Lillard kicks to Portis. Lillard attacking, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Once Lillard takes that first step, he's all in. He won't stop until he finds the shot he wants.
Ingles passes to Reed. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Kuzma outside. Outside Porter. Over in the corner, Lillard. Three-pointer. Reed with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 4. Ingles finds Alexander Walker. And he drives in, and he slams it one-handed.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Here's Reed. And that one released in time, but no good. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Thanks for your attention to center court. And get ready for the half-court shot. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Kuzma, and at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Here is Lillard after Anthony Edwards made that last three-pointer. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Special K, as good as Damian Lillard can be throughout a game, he definitely takes it up a notch in crunch time.
Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. He's one of those guys that certainly seems to rise to the occasion and relish in the clutch moments. And his range is in the gym like. I mean, 30 feet away, 35 feet away, he shoots it the same as if it's a mid-range jumper.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now, here's Lillard. 12 points for him. Kicks it out to Prince. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 4th rebound in this one. Randall against Antetokounmpo. Gobert with a screen for Randall. Outside Edwards. From downtown. That shot, no good.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
Well, you got to have a plan for Giannis on the drive. I mean, he's extremely aggressive. The defense really unable to handle him.
Clark, the last piece of the puzzle for Giannis Antetokounmpo, winning that 2021 NBA title.
And you know, Kevin, think about this. When Giannis got that ring, he also had 2 MVPs, a Defensive Player of the Year award. Man, that's accomplishing a lot at just 26.
Now here's Randall. Outside Edwards. Over Prince. Edwards can't hit.
Look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else to work. Kevin?
David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, you know, battling back is about staying the course, and their attitude never changed.
Now here's Edwards. 17 points in the game. And Edwards with the stuff.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Trent, a screen on Conley. Trent outside for the lead. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Edwards. And even 3-on-3 break. Conley finds Clark. Back to Conley. Edwards passes to Randall. A baseline J, and he connects with the jumper. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
The Bucks making a change here. Portis is checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Julius Randle. And Dillingham subbed in for Edwards. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota.
Alexander Walker.
Here's Dillingham. Defended by Prince. Reid with a screen for Dillingham. Pass to Alexander Walker. Six on the shot clock. Here's Reid. Now Alexander Walker. Covered by Lillard. Another miss by Minnesota. Bucks trail by 4. Giannis kicks to Lillard. And to Kumbo inside. Defended by Alexander Walker. Back to Giannis. And stolen by Dillingham. Timberwolves passing it around. Pass to Reid. 27 seconds left in the third. Now Dillingham picked away.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
Pushing it up.
Milwaukee foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Second team foul.
Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. Minnesota making a switch. And so Alexander Walker nails both of them. Here's Antetokounmpo. Trent outside. They could use a bucket. And that one is off. And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. They've got Clark. Rudy Gobert is out there with Joe Ingles. Then it's Nickeil Alexander Walker. And it's Shannon in at the 2. And it's Porter with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 6. From past the arc. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Porter's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Bucks. Pass to Ingles. The 3. Rollins grabs the board. Bucks shooting around 41% on the night. And here's Kuzma. Rollins the pass to Green. Down low, here's Kuzma. The kick out to Porter. Clock at 4. And the wide open shot from Green. No good. That would have tied it.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Alexander Walker. Covered by Rollins. Clark, the pass to Alexander Walker. Fires the 3. Back to Clark. And they pick up 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
Gobert can look over the top of just about any defense right there. Delivers a nice pass.
Porter looking it over. Pass to Rollins. The tray. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Shannon. And there's the drive. Can't cash in from close range. Bucks trail by 5. From deep, Green. Offensive rebound. Porter kicks to Green. Lopez sets a screen for Green. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. A new lineup here for the Bucks.
First team foul. Substitution on the
And stolen by Portis. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense, capable of getting up.
Oh, it just pounded in. Pounded in.
Goodness. Oh! How about that?
Lillard misses. Timberwolves leading by 7. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. And finished off by Edwards.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, as long as he keeps knocking them down, it might as well keep going back to the well. No reason to let it run dry. Keep firing that thing.
Giannis outside. Lillard with it. Now defended by Red. There's Giannis. Look out below.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Edwards dishes to Randall. Back to Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Edwards with another miss.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Lillard the pass to Portis. McDaniels against Trent. Puts up a 3. To the paint. There's Portis. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
To the inside. Kicks it out to Lillard. Nails the tray.
Somebody's really lit the fuse for Damian Lillard.
Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
No room for error.
Seems like Edwards never stops competing and believing right until the final buzzer.
Lillard attacking. Yes!
You can see the confidence Lillard has by how cool and calm he is when they need a big bucket.
And the Timberwolves with possession. McDaniels a screen on Trent. McDaniels kicks to Edwards. For the 3. Bullseye!
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Trent outside. Portis sets the pick for Trent. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one.
some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at the 3. Now here's Lillard. Fires away from way outside. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And here's Brown for 3. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to spend a few minutes with Doc Rivers. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen can have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, B.A.
Thanks for that, Allie. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
On the wing, Tatum, covered by Lopez. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences more.
Prince with the bucket.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Lillard against Holiday. White for 3. Connects from downtown.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Prince. Back to Lillard. Misses the 3.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And it's Lopez with the jam.
Just a selfless play by Giannis. He knows all eyes are on him, so he dishes to a ready shooter.
Holiday from long range. Rebounded by Lopez. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Kuzma outside. There's the triple. And it's Prince with the 3. Prince has got 6.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up? Oh, yeah, you're done.
Pass to Porzingis. From outside the arc. Giannis with the rebound.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
Another one falls for Milwaukee.
Yeah, the mid-range is not a go-to for Giannis, but he's always looking to expand his game.
Porzingis with a screen on Antetokounmpo. Tatum from long range. Rebounded by Lopez. The Bucks leading by 5. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
4 on the clock. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a new group getting ready for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Kuzma. Gary Trent Jr., he's checked in for Prince. And it's Porter Jr. in for Lillard. A big group substitution here for Boston. Kornet's checked in for Kristaps Porzingis. Al Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. Hauser, he's checked in for Brown. And Pritchard is subbed in for White. Here's Pritchard to stop the run, and that's good. His first bucket of the game.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Offensive board. Trent outside. For 3. Sinks it from distance.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Hey, yo, right here. Holiday against Porter. Back to Holiday. Fires the three. And again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, showing off his competitive fire. Holiday was eager to get a three of his own.
Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Horford for three. It's not going to go for him. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Bucks ahead, up by 4. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And also, I like how they've let it fly from the three-point line. Shooting with confidence so far in this one.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. The core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. And it's Horford in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hard to find a season in his career where Horford didn't make an impact, RJ.
One way or another, he's going to help his team win. Still out there doing it and doing it at a high level. He's kind of an ageless wonder.
Now here's Portis. Yet to see a basket. Porter from outside. He's off on that one. Good work defensively by White. Celtics trail by 4. Kick out to Brown. Shot from the wing. Basket counts.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Milwaukee has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. Portis with a screen on Brown. Brown against Trent. Back to Porter. Driving inside. That one drops for him.
Nice job by Porter Jr. attacking the interior, going after a close-range shot.
White, the pass to Tatum. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. White looking it over. The kick to Tatum. And Tatum drills the three.
Every time Tatum finds his shot, he'll take it. He loves to fill it up from range.
Trent against Brown. Outside for Porter. Fires the three. Again, Porter missing. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. And here's Brown for three. And the Celtics another three.
You know this is coming with Brown. He is a ruthless sniper outside.
Pass to Rollins. And here's Trent. Portis a screen. There's the three. And Gary Trent Jr. gets the three. Trent's got 6 points. And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, BA, I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
Well, the defenders stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. Boston shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And when you talk about the Boston Celtics last year, they were historically good, Richard.
Yeah, they had the 4th best net rating ever in the history of the game. That's Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, the MJ Bulls. Shattered the NBA record for offensive rating at 123.1. They were unreal.
And it's a completely new group for the Bucks. Holiday against Lillard. Pass to Prince. Left side, Green. Down low. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Craig is checked in for Boston. Now here's Green. No points yet. For three, here's Lillard. Porzingis grabs the board.
Milwaukee foul.
And when Porzingis can be a third option on a team, he is deadly and efficient, RJ.
We've always seen Porzingis as the guy or as a second option. But when he has elite teammates around him, he really flourishes.
Outside Porzingis. Three-pointer. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo has got his fourth rebound in this one. Lopez passes to Lillard. 4-3. Boston with a rebound.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Lillard against Holiday. Jacks up a three. Lillard! What'd you expect?
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave him all alone at the arc.
Holiday taking his time here. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. The Bucks trail. Pass to Lopez. Back to Antetokounmpo. Lopez, the screen on Craig. A clear look for Antetokounmpo. Hauled in by Brown.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Knocks it down from distance. Brown's got 8 points.
Wow, Brown drills it from way out, showing off that limitless range.
Outside, Green. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Boston out in front. They're up by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. What a game we're seeing from Drew Holiday.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Look at Giannis go up and get it.
Throw it up to the rim and let Giannis hammer it home. Never a bad idea.
Outside Holiday. And it's off from three-point range. Milwaukee has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
And for the Bucks, they're shooting efficiently, 50% so far. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Now, the burden of expectations, it's title or bust. Thanks, Allie. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. There's Tatum with the 3. Knocks down the triple. Tatum's got 8.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Prince. He's guarded by White. Just 5 to shoot. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Lillard. The 3 is up. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. He's got 6.
You cannot let Dame get good looks, especially from the corner.
Outside Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Lopez has got his 4th rebound in this one. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul. So Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Trent comes in for Kuzma. Porter Jr., he's checked in for Prince. And it's Rollins in for Damian Lillard. Cornette's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Drew Holiday. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Pass to Pritchard from deep. Gets the 3 to fall. Pritchard's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Intelligent play by Tatum, moving the ball to get an open shot.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken. But that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 11.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
Antetokounmpo against Tatum. Here's the 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Porter against White. Trent from long range. Buries it from 3. Trent's got 5 points now this quarter.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
Here's Cornette. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Excellent use of his physical gifts. Goes up strong and captures the board.
Tatum passes to White. Back to Tatum. There's the steal. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Antetokounmpo outside. A big-time flush by Giannis.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Here's Tatum. It's hauled in by Portis.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Milwaukee making a switch here. Green is checked in. Craig is checked in for Boston. Hauser comes in for Brown. White for 3. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got 7 rebounds in the game. Porter's shot is off. Celtics trail by 3. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Drives to the hoop. From the arc. They grab their own miss. Here's Pritchard. Green covering for the tie. Pritchard, no good. Here's Porter. And that's not going to go. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Milwaukee. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the 4th quarter could have more action in store for us. Taking a look at the Celtics. Drew Holiday out there with Peyton Pritchard. Then it's Kristaps Porzingis. Then it's Torrey Craig. And it's Hauser in at the 3, the small forward. Lillard finds Prince. Now here's Lillard. Defense right on him. Launches a 3. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis surveying the floor. Right side Craig. Outside Holiday. To take the lead. And that basket makes him 5 for 10. Steady production so far.
Terrific night for Holiday so far, and I have to pin it on his energy. He's given this game all he's got.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Bucks lead by 1. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Now here's Porzingis. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Now Lillard. Outside, Green. Launches it, and it's Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got 6 here in the quarter.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor space.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Now here's Craig. Pass to Hauser. Craig with a screen on Green. Here's Hauser. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Hauser's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth now. Outside for Green. Lets it go from deep. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Porzingis with a screen on Green. Here's Hauser. The 3-pointer off the mark.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Oh, deflected. Lillard passes to Lopez. Fires from deep. Lillard can't get it to go. Celtics trail by 4. The 3 from Craig. Rebounded by Kuzma.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Takes a 3. That one's good from Green. And the assist by Lopez.
The transition 3. It's part of the new NBA. And when he's taking them, it's a great shot.
Pritchard, the pass to Holiday. Porzingis with a screen on Prince. And the basket by Holiday.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
And the Bucks with some changes. Bobby Portis has checked in for Lopez. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Kuzma. And it's Gary Trent Jr. in for Green. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Boston. Brown comes in for Pritchard. And the Bucks miss again. And Porzingis has got the ball here for the Celtics. Pass to Brown. Puts up a 3. Tatum against Antetokounmpo. Left side Porzingis. 5 to shoot. The 3. Oh, the deep ball from Porzingis.
Oh, my. Huge play from Porzingis. A testament to the competitiveness that he plays with.
Lillard with the ball. Now guarded by Brown. Prince, the pass to Lillard. Portis with a screen on Holiday. On the break. Off the lob. Jason Tatum.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
Lillard against Holiday. Here's Antetokounmpo. Count it!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Now here's Holiday. Porzingis up top. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. 6 to shoot. Brown, a screen on Lillard. Holiday passes to Brown. Oh, look out! JB throwing it down.
In the clutch, Brown is someone you rely on, and he knows how to find his team points in a hurry.
Trent outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. And he elevates for the jam. Jason Tatum on the receiving end.
Beyond belief. I mean, such a creative talent. And I'm not surprised to see Giannis get flashy on the finish.
Back to Holiday. That'll count if it goes. Oh, that shot had a chance. But the all-or-nothing shot attempt. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up.
of a very deep bench.
No doubt, Kevin. A lot of talent on both rosters. What that means is the defenses need to be active and aware even when substitutions are made, because the next basket can come from absolutely any guy on the floor.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now Brown, after Anthony Edwards missed from long range. Porzingis against Gobert. Porzingis can't hit. Stolen by Tatum. Left side, Brown. Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got his team on the board to start the game for the Celtics. Edwards, a screen on Tatum. Pass to Edwards. A 3. Rebound, Boston. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. A nice shot by McDaniel.
Julius Randle can do a little bit of everything. That's a great find to get his teammate an open look.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. Now, we talked about the difficulty of trying to contain a player like Jaylen Brown. Coach said we can't let him gain confidence and feel like he can do whatever he wants. That's when you get into trouble. Now it's up to the players to make sure this doesn't happen. Guys?
Thank you, David. The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. A nice shot by McDaniel.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And here's Tatum for 3. He can't get that one to fall.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Edwards finds Gobert, and Derek White picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Edwards against White, and the basket by Edwards.
Doesn't matter where on the floor Anthony Edwards is. That shot mechanic's so pretty, so fluid.
Brown with a screen on Randle. And here's Tatum for 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Edwards with it. He's picked up by White. Pass to DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniel. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Brown's got 6.
I tell you, when Brown is running like that, it's hard to stop him. This guy is superb at beating defenders up the floor.
White against DiVincenzo. Edwards with the screen for DiVincenzo. 4 on the clock. That's a 2 from Randle. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Randle kicks to Gobert. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's Tatum. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. And here's Porzingis for a 3. It's hauled in by Edwards. And so it's Randle bringing it up now for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. A 3 for DiVincenzo. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. 32 seconds left to play in the first. And it's White missing.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now here's Edwards. Jason Tatum grabs the board.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And he trains.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hand.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Celtics out in front, up by 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Boston.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Jaylen Brown. And it's Hauser in at the 3. Clark with it, picked up by Brown. Here's Reed. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Boston leading by 3. And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Reed the pass to Clark. Lets the 3 fly. Reed misses. The Celtics shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. For 3, buries it from 3-point range. Hauser's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Brown. Clark kicks to Gobert. Here he goes. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Rudy Gobert sees the lane and shows you I can put it on the deck and score.
Corner shot. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Kept alive. Pass to Alexander Walker. From the arc. That's in, and the Celtic lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Reed.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
How about the strength on the finish? Jaylen Brown showing real muscle.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for the Celtics. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Hauser. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. You know, Doris, assists aren't just a point guard stat any longer, are they? A lot of big men in the league can distribute very well.
Yeah, Kev, it's really striking to me how multi-dimensional every single position in the NBA has become. As you said, bigs can pass, point guards can attack the cup and score. The game is becoming more and more skilled.
A wide open look here for Craig. Hits it from 3-point range. And it's an 8-point Boston lead.
So the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the 3-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Clark for 3. And Horford pulls it down.
Well, you're trying to answer the 3, but you force up a shot that he would have been better off passing up.
Launches a 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Clark, a screen on Horford. Bombed up there for Clark. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. A shot by Pritchard, no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Clark inside. He's covered by Brown. Reed gets the bucket. Now just a three-point Celtic lead.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
Look out below. Jaylen Brown off his feet in a hurry.
Ingles finds Reed. Takes a three. Craig pulls it in. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. In the corner, Horford with it. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Horford's got the lead up to 8 now for the Celtics.
Al Horford's shot is just so pretty. Doesn't get a ton of lift, but boy, is he accurate.
Drills the three-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Hauser. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. On its way from Clark for 2. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Celtics lead by 5. From Target Center, back in a moment.
These are representatives of center court. And get ready for the big half-court shot. Give me your beat. They're taking about the shots.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Oz Reed with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. White the pass to Brown. And rejection by McDaniel. Goes up and finished off by McDaniel.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
Porzingis with a screen on Gobert. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebound, Minnesota. BB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randall has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Holiday dishes to Tatum. Over Edwards. Tatum with another miss. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Another miss by Minnesota.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Brown the pass to Porzingis. Three-pointer. Hits the three-point bomb. Porzingis has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Edwards. Look at Edwards slotting home the 3.
Oh, that is a stone-cold 3 by the Ant-Man.
In by Porzingis, and Holiday kicks to Porzingis. It's good, the assist that time from Holiday. Porzingis has got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Celtics. Back to DiVincenzo. Outside for Randall. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Oh, my goodness, what a response by Randall. Yes, you can make a 3, so can I.
Outside Tatum. From deep. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's DiVincenzo to the wing on the left. On the wing, DiVincenzo. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Celtics with the lead. Porzingis sets the pick for White. And he's good on the 3-ball. White's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from 3-point, and it is on target.
Randall kicks to DiVincenzo. Randall with a screen for DiVincenzo. Pass to McDaniels. It's tipped. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball.
Wow. The pretty dunk brings down the house.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Boston leading by 6. Porzingis passes to Brown. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. Here's Brown. The kick out to Holiday. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists now in this one.
And I love Holiday's shot selection. Fantastic at realizing when he should shoot off the catch.
DiVincenzo against Holiday. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Fires for 3. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 9. Taken away by Holiday. Shot and game clock separated by 5. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Timberwolves have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to Gobert. Randall against Horford. Randall surveying the D. The putback stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics in control with it. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
The 4th quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. They've got Horford, and it's Cornette in its center. They get it back out to the right wing. Here's Hauser. Edwards defending. Nailed from 3-point land.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Holiday with the 3. Julius Randle with the rebound. Pass to Dillingham. Outside Conley. Reed finds Conley. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And Reed throws it down.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And Horford wide open. He shoots. And it's off from 3-point range. Timberwolves trail by 7. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Left side, Edwards. Shot clock at 5. Shot on the wing. Rebound, Boston.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Cornette passes to Pritchard. They set the screen. Fires the three. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
This guy is so quick. Julius Randle finishes with a pretty dunk.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Here's Hauser. Here's Cornette. Pass to Hauser. Takes the three. Sinks the triple. Hauser's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Conley dishes to Randle. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Celtics leading by 8. And Holiday kicks to Cornette. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Cornette's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Conley finds Edwards. Here's Dillingham. Reed with a screen for Dillingham. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Pritchard for by Conley, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That is his first foul of the game. Daniels is checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Michael Conley. Porzingis with a screen on Randle. And here's Tatum for three. They get it again. On the wing, Holiday. Defended by DiVincenzo. The wide open look here for Porzingis. The three-pointer no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
For three, Edwards. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art, changing shots without making contact.
And Holiday has in the corner. Just 4 to shoot. Here's White. A three-pointer off the mark. And the Timberwolves with possession. 8-point game. Pulls up. Reed gets the bucket. Seven-second difference. Shot and game clock. Got that one up quick. And the Celtics lead by 9.
You have got to be in Tatum's space. This guy is such a terrific range shooter.
It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Randle from outside. Porzingis with the rebound. Fires from way outside. Randle grabs the board. DiVincenzo gets the bucket. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. A truly thank you, David.
Stan. They like to play at their pace.
Yeah, and there's not many teams like that anymore. But it's all about the details and execution for these teams to maximize their possessions.
And the Milwaukee starting five. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Prince is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at small forward. Edwards against Prince. Just 5 on the clock. Antetokounmpo with it. DiVincenzo picks him up. And here's Lopez from the arc. The Bucks rebound. Pass to Lillard. It's Prince on the wing. Lopez for 3. McDaniels with the rebound. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Chris Finch. Of course, we talked mostly about Giannis Antetokounmpo, the focus of this one. Coach telling me I've lost sleep thinking about Giannis. He can just take over a game, no matter how you play him. We're hoping he'll be a little off tonight. Do off nights exist for Giannis, guys? We'll find out.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Edwards for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Edwards has got 5 points.
Look, if Edwards is hitting that shot, there's not much you can do defensively to stop him.
A nice shot by Lillard.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
McDaniels, a screen on Prince. It's Edwards. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
You cannot let Dame get good looks, especially from the corner.
And here's Edwards outside. The putback. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. The Bucks have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Antetokounmpo against Randall. Pass to Lopez. The 3-ball. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. It's Edwards on the wing. He has 7. Nails it from 3. 10 points for him.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Lillard misses off the right iron.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
And the call will be against Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul. And Minnesota with some changes. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. And a new group getting ready for the Bucks. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Kuzma. Gary Trent Jr., he's checked in for Prince. And it's Porter Jr. in for Lillard.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
Clark is checked in for Anthony Edwards. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Trent. No good.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Trent with it, picked up by Reed. Trent, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Reed. And he's going for the lob! And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
Impressive how in sync Giannis is with his squad, enabling them to set up a flashy alley-oop.
Reed can't hit. The Bucks trail by 5. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
I'll tell you, he is so tough to keep down once he gets near that rim.
Yeah, he can get up even a few notches higher. Now here's Randall, still without a bucket. Three-pointer off the mark. Green against Clark. That misses. Had a chance to tie it.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Back to Randall. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And the foul called on Alexander Walker. That's his first foul.
The way he was going over and through the man in front of him, he should have known the whistle was coming.
Yeah, you can get away with a little bump in the back, but as soon as you lean that much on him, you're going to get called for the foul.
Rollins, he's checked in for the Bucks. Green, a screen. Fires for three. On target from range. And it's all knotted up. Reed for three. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Reed's got 6.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Get a stop first.
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
I have to admit, it's really difficult to decipher exactly what happened.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. It's Minnesota up 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Timberwolves.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. Giannis plays the 4 with Portis in at center. Gary Trent is out there with Kevin Porter. And it's Green in at the small forward position. Minnesota shooting their first foul shot of the game. Stan, just how much of a catalyst has Mike Conley been since the Timberwolves got him?
Well, just listen to his teammates, Brian. They talk about leadership, the adult in the room, and he remains a very capable two-way player.
And so Trent will bring it up for the Bucks. 4-point game. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
Outside Porter. Trent on the wing. Three-pointer. And the three-pointer goes. Trent's got his first 3 points of the game.
And wanting to elevate his playmaking skills, Porter Jr. continues to impress with his passing ability.
Right side Reed. Beyond the arc. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Porter from outside. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
And shots like this help Porter Jr. get into a rhythm. Connecting off the catch only helps his confidence.
And Shannon gets it to go.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
Trent against Conley. Trent, the pass to Antetokounmpo. The 3 is up. Alexander Walker grabs the board. Minnesota's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. And a new group getting ready for the Bucks. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Antetokounmpo. Prince is checked in for Green. And Lillard subbed in for Porter Jr. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Pass to Prince. Lopez, a good look. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Lopez has got his first bucket in this one. Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick. bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Milwaukee has gone 2 of 5 from distance here in the second quarter. Offensive rebound. Lillard passes to Prince. Let's go with a 3. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. And now a 5-point Milwaukee lead.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time finding his teammate for the great look.
Gobert finds McDaniels. From downtown, sinks the tray. McDaniels got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Lillard with the drive. And the dunk by Lillard.
Oh, wow. What a dangerous move on that drive. I mean, when Dame is coming in strong, it is so tough to stop him.
Here's Edwards. Rejected by Lopez. Lillard passes to Lopez. Lillard outside. Lopez, the screen. Pass to Kuzma. Lillard with the ball. Now guarded by McDaniels. Clock at 6. Lillard outside. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got a rebound number 5 here tonight. And here's Edwards outside. The triple hit for Edwards.
Well, when Edwards gets this on, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Trent outside. The 3. And they'll get another chance. Here's Lillard. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Lillard's gotten 4 this quarter.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Hits a 3-pointer. Timberwolves trail by 6. Edwards fires from way outside. Pass to Dillingham. Back to Edwards. Over Prince. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. 3 points is better than 2. They built this lead by tacking on that extra point at the end of possessions. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Boy, you gotta like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Trent for 3. Gets rebounded by Minnesota.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one too, assuming his countryman Victor Wembanyama doesn't start taking the reins.
Takes the 3. McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Wow. Julius Randle. We could feel the floor shaking on that one.
Throws it up high.
Great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
Pass to Prince from behind the arc. Knocks down the long J. Prince has got 6 points.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
They get it again. Here's DiVincenzo. This one for 3. Offensive rebound. It's stolen by Kuzma. Here they come with numbers in transition. minutes gone in this third quarter now. Prince, the pass to Lillard. Here's Sims. Pass to Lillard. Back to Trent. Out to Lillard. Tries again. Yes, on the jumper. And it's a 6-point Bucks lead.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
Outside, DiVincenzo. The three, counted from distance. He's got 6.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Kyle Kuzma the last few seasons has been pushing his scoring over 20 points per game. He said, I'm showing the league that I'm not just a role player. Having a leadership position and getting better every single game, that's what I care about. I want to keep elevating. Brian, high hopes.
Just the 27th pick back in 2017. He's having a dynamite career.
It doesn't matter where he is on the floor. Lillard is a walking bucket.
Here's Alexander Walker. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Lillard looking around. Pass to Prince from the arc. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Randall left side. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. And Minnesota making a change here. Ingles is checked in. Green's checked in for the Bucks. Here's Antetokounmpo. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Fires the 3. That one no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside, Ingles. Pass to McDaniels. Ingles, a screen on Prince. Snatched up. Here's Shannon. Outside, Alexander Walker. 5 on the clock. 3-pointer. And Shannon gets it to go. Shannon's got 5 now.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Lillard with the ball. Now Alexander Walker defending. Pass to Prince. Beyond the arc. He drops it from range. Prince has got 9 points here in the second half.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. For 3, here's Lillard. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Inside. Back to Reed. McDaniels from long range. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer!
Make note.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. The Bucks on top. They lead by 3. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the floor for Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Prince, then there's Damian Lillard, and it's Green and a shooting guard. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's Prince on the wing. Antetokounmpo outside. In close, Antetokounmpo delivers.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Gobert with a screen on Prince. Edwards for 3. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Lillard.
Minnesota foul. First personal foul. Second team foul.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone now. Antetokounmpo, the pass to Prince. And the 3 off target. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Edwards. And here's Clark. Pass to Reed. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. The Bucks leading by 5. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. A clear look for Antetokounmpo, and he nails that one right through the heart.
Yeah, the mid-range is not a go-to for Giannis, but he's always looking to expand his game.
DiVincenzo with a screen on Green. Edwards can't hit.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. Minnesota has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the 4th quarter. Edwards finds DiVincenzo. Randall a screen on Prince. For 3, DiVincenzo. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now. On the wing, Green. Pass to Portis. It's Prince on the wing. Drains the triple. And it's a 10-point Milwaukee lead.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Milwaukee's gone 1 for 3 in the 4th quarter from range. Lillard passes to Prince. Back to Lillard. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. The drive by DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Going inside. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Bobby Portis. The Bucks making a switch here. Trent's checked in.
Well, that's what you expect from him in this situation.
And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Bucks. They've led by as much as 10. Outside for Green. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. And the Bucks lead by 7.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
Really left him alone that time.
Oh, a rugged competitor. Randall's teammates trust his ability to make plays in big moments.
Lillard against Edwards. Lillard passes to Portis. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And out of bounds. Minnesota will have it.
Just horrible timing for this team. That mistake could spell disaster.
Kuzma's checked in for Milwaukee. Here's DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. The 3 is up. Drops in the 3. Now just a 1-point Bucks lead.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing.
And here's Minnesota now. They're on a 12-3 run. Edwards. Oh, he nails it!
Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And stolen by Edwards. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Fires the 3. Oh, he drained it from downtown.
Well, excellent read there by Edwards. He saw someone had a better shot, and he got them the ball.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Portis outside. And another miss by Milwaukee. For 3, Randall. It's hauled in by Portis. Trent from long range. Yeah! The ball's knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
He was all over that pass. That's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop. Lillard fires away from way outside. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
feels like there's a little extra buzz in the air. Do you feel it?
Oh, Kevin, it's almost that postseason feel, right? High expectations for both of these teams. A great opportunity to lock in and kind of get a barometer for where you are against a playoff-level opponent.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Prince out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Kuzma in at the 3, the small forward.
That's a beautiful shot there for Drew. Defenses have to account for Drew Holiday out there behind the arc.
Here's Kuzma. Kicks it out to Prince. A three-pointer is right on target.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter's feel, but not who you want to leave open.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
So nice to see a big guy with that kind of shooting touch. Porzingis' strongest attributes.
Antetokounmpo against Tatum. And Lopez has it in the corner. Outside Prince. Porzingis with the steal. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And here's Tatum for 3. The rebound by the Bucks. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Basket counts.
Giannis has great confidence, and he's playing with it here.
Boston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hey, Brent, where would you rank the Lopez brothers as the best NBA siblings?
Well, they've had storied careers, both of them. Certainly in terms of the argument about the best twins to ever play the game, you could make an argument for them. You had, of course, Tom and Dick Van Arsdale in the 60s, Horace and Harvey Grant in the 90s. But what the Lopez brothers have been able to do, not in terms of their longevity, but in terms of their contribution to their teams, both very different. These guys have to be up there.
The Celtics have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside Holiday. And Damian Lillard pulls it down.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Tatum launches it from deep. The long-distance 3 is buried.
And he's got such a smooth release on that jump shot. You can feel that it's just coming naturally to him.
And the Bucks miss again. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Boston's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Brown kicks to Holiday. Back to Brown. With the fadeaway.
Kuzma knowing his body well and using it.
And it's Brown missing. Lopez passes to Lillard. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
A deep 3 from Porzingis. Great look, but off the mark. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. Deep 2 from Lopez. Prince finds Giannis. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. The Celtics have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Holiday with the 3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Beyond the arc. Prince can't hit.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
And that passing ability really helps separate Tatum from so many others, because the defense has to focus on his ability to score.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. I asked him how he'll try to handle Giannis Antetokounmpo tonight. Coach remarked, handle? You can't handle Giannis. We'll give him different looks and clog lanes, but really all we can do is pray a shot isn't falling. There's nothing wrong with asking for a little divine intervention on defense tonight, I guess. Guys?
Thanks, David. And the Bucks making a change here. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Trent's checked in for Prince. And Porter subbed in for Damian Lillard. And here's Holiday after Gary Trent Jr. made the last three-pointer. In the corner, Horford with it. To the left wing. Horford with the screen on Green. Hauser trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Bucks trail. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Green kicks to Antetokounmpo over Tatum, and it's Giannis missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Horford from outside, and the three ball is good. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. There's Porter with the three, and no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first quarter. Celtics out in front. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Boston.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
I love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
We've got Holiday, and it's Pritchard in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. That's it, and the Celtic lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Trent.
And how about Porter Jr.'s court awareness? Excellent job finding the open man with the pass.
The Bucks shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Lets it go from deep, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Porter's got the lead up to 1 now for Milwaukee. And Brent, when you talk about the best player in the league, Giannis has got to be in that conversation, correct?
Yeah, there's no doubt, Kevin. I mean, the numbers he puts up are incredible. It's how easily he dominates a game and just how unstoppable of a force he is. You know, there's so many teams out there trying to find answers for what Giannis is doing to them offensively. But how do you equip a defense to slow down the force that is Giannis Antetokounmpo? Man, defensively so tough to make a decision. What do you want to stop? You come off the pick, Giannis can pass, he can finish. It can really cause you to hesitate.
Really left alone that time.
Well, that's a shot he can hit. If you give it to him, you need a little more energy on defense that next trip down.
Giannis dishes to Green. Back to Porter. It's Trent on the wing. Lets it go with a 3. Al Horford with the rebound. Boston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Pass to Pritchard. Horford with the screen on Porter. Shoots the 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
So it's Boston now, following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. from deep, and stolen by Portis. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. There's Giannis taking flight.
Yeah, you could throw that pass just about anywhere, even the top of the square for Giannis to go and get.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Giannis Antetokounmpo is not one to puff out his chest and chase accolades. He said, I put the work in. That's how I get my confidence. I don't follow the media or my stats. What I know is that I put the work in, and I try to be the best version of myself. And that focus has served him well. Kevin?
It has. You know, his dedication, David, unquestioned. And we appreciate your report. And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked 1st in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Now here's Young. Trent with the wide open look. Sinks the three-pointer. And it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
And Portis knows this system well. Try to make the good to great pass.
They need this. Hauser misses. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Milwaukee. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Giannis dunks it down.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control. That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Portis sets the pick for Trent. Back to Porter. Trent passes to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches it. Rebound Boston. And stolen by Portis. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. From deep, Giannis. It's hauled in by Cornette. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Hauser. The 3. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Trent outside. It's hauled in by Cornette. Three-pointer, Horford. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. Gary Trent Jr. He's feeling it tonight. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring out the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. The post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Taurean Prince. And it's Kuzma in at the 3.
Now Porzingis just firing away right now. No fear whatsoever.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot off that time. Boston trail. Brown deciding where to go with it. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Giannis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Kuzma. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Lopez, a screen on Porzingis. Great open look there. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
And Lillard a flat-out gunner from deep because he's just a lethal shooter from way outside.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Here is Lillard after Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. To the middle, tips it. It's rebounded by Porzingis. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
The Celtics making a switch here. Craig's checked in. Rollins checked in for Milwaukee. White against Lillard. White the pass to Porzingis. Over Lopez. For the lead, Lopez with the block.
Oh, that's out of there. Not a high riser, but Lopez using his frame. A smart block, if you will.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
And again, the Bucks miss. Celtics have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements.
Some people call Porzingis a unicorn, and they're not wrong. His terrific stature and his shooting ability, that is a rare combination.
And he sinks the second. And he nails the third.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Now here's Prince. Traps in the tray. Prince has got the game tied up here for Milwaukee.
Well, a good shooter and has some range. Taurean Prince welcoming all catch and shoot opportunities.
Poke loose. Lopez with the ball. He's picked up by White. Lillard way outside. Misses the three, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. And Tatum launches it from deep. Rebounded by the Bucks. Kuzma's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Lobbed up there for Lopez. And they're pushing it up. A wide open look here for Craig. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Craig's got his first 3 points of the game. And a deep 3 from Lillard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boston leading by 3. Craig passes to White. Connects from three-point range. The Bucks shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Kuzma. Three-pointer. Lopez, no luck. And here's Boston. They're on a 16-6 run. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. The Bucks also changing it up. Portis, he's checked in for Prince. And Porter subbed in for Damian Lillard. Here's Pritchard. Puts up a deep 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Portis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's the triple. Good on the triple. Portis has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And Portis attacking with some confidence. That's in his range.
Porzingis with a screen on Porter. Porter against Brown. Outside Tatum. Craig with a screen on Kuzma. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Tatum's got 8 points.
Using his teammates, Tatum creates just enough daylight to get off a shot.
Portis for 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Boston leading by 5.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
Every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Pass to Kuzma. Outside Portis. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Celtics lead by 5. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. White in at shooting guard with Brown playing small forward. Tatum and Horford man the post position. And it's Pritchard in at the 1. That's the Boston 5. And here is Portis following the three-pointer by Derek White. And here comes Brown leading the fast break. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. Fast break, Milwaukee. There's Portis.
Oh, Damian Lillard, he's got that score-first mindset, but very encouraging to see how he's trying to set up his teammates as a playmaker right here.
And the Celtics can't hang on to the ball. Boston making some changes. Hauser's checked in, and it's Holiday in for Pritchard. Prince is checked in for Milwaukee. Bucks trail by 6. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, Antetokounmpo! Explosive on the drive.
And that stride that you see from Giannis is just so effective out there getting around defenders.
Holiday surveying the floor. And Tatum launches it from deep. It's hauled in by Trent. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Lillard with the bucket.
Yeah, keep thinking that he can't shoot it from there, and he'll prove you wrong. Lillard lofts one of those high-arching bombs.
Hauser the pass to Tatum. Shoots over Portis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Bobby Portis. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Celtics?
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the three-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
Bucks trail by 3. From deep, Trent. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game. And here's Tatum for 3. The rebound by Prince.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
And here's Holiday after Gary Trent Jr. made the last three-pointer. The 3 from Porzingis. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Trent outside. And here's Prince outside. And Boston with the rebound. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Tatum passes to Brown. Wants to get it to Tatum and does. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Gary Trent. And the Bucks with possession. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. There's a good screen. Antetokounmpo kicks to Lillard.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. Prince's shot is good.
Oh, the bigger the possession, the more engaged Taurean Prince is. Wow.
Brown outside. Porzingis with a screen on Kuzma. Outside, Porzingis. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Porzingis has got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
Porzingis wanting it and gets it.
Prince with a screen on Howard. Lillard outside. And the 3 off target.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Kept to wide. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Had the space there, but it's offline.
That's a shot right there he's going to hit 9 times out of 10. We just saw the 10% he doesn't hit.
And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Torrey Craig. He's checked in for Jason Tatum. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Trent's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. The shot by Lillard wide open. Off target with his 3.
Boy, I'd love to see him just get a smidge closer to the basket. Once he sees a few shots go in from there, that might open up everything from distance.
Giannis against Brown. Now, here's Lillard. Defense is right there. And here's Prince outside. Porzingis with the rebound. The game has come down to this.
Huge possession.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 13-5 run here.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And that one misses.
It looks like he was a little tight on the line that time. Could have and should have closed it out.
And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Outside, White. Brown with the screen on Prince. In the corner, Tatum with it. To win the game. Oh, that shot had a chance, but no good. Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up for Brett Barry.
You know, Brian, we've seen strong play at the center position these last few years, and we've got two bigs who can each take over a game, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun watching them square off.
And a look at Minnesota's opening lineup. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Well, I like to see when guards come inside. DiVincenzo trying to send a message with that hoop.
Holiday passes to Tatum. There's the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Randle. The kick out to Edwards. Lets it go from deep. Up again. Tatum pulls it in. Boston on offense. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Boy, the athleticism of Edwards is something to behold. Love watching him sky up to throw it down.
And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch it, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching it. Taking it himself, Randle changes who he is when the jumper goes in.
For 3, Porzingis. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Randle, a screen on White. DiVincenzo finds Edwards. From deep. Rebounded by the Celtics. White on the wing. 3-pointer. Hits the trifecta. White's got 6.
Well, White is a capable three-point shooter now, and he does not need a lot of space or time to get off his shot.
For 3, Randle. They get it back. Outside McDaniels. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. White, the pass to Brown.
Oh, man, I did not see that coming.
With authority.
Did he just do that? Wow.
Man.
And not often we get treated to a solo alley-oop.
Takes precision timing for sure.
Tell you what, the coach's heart was in his throat, and he was in shock and awe. But now he's got a big smile on his face.
Now here's Edwards. Oh, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Tatum. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Launches a 3. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
You got to D-up Tatum from deep. He's got that kind of range.
And Edwards, here we go. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Now here's Holiday. Still no points. Outside Tatum. White on the wing. Takes the 3. Randle pulls down the board.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that open.
And here's Edwards outside. Another miss for him. He's 2 for 6.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
White for 3. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 4 rebounds now. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Holiday. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Randle, the pass to Edwards. 4-3. The long distance 3 is buried. Edwards got 7.
Well, that was a bomb from Edwards, showing off that deep range.
He buries it from 3. It's stolen by Tatum. Holiday from long range. That shot missing. Derek White getting it done for Boston. Hitting 3 trays in the quarter, providing some sharp shoot. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've used the fast break well to score easy points and keep the defense unsettled.
And, you know, for them guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
Pritchard and White at the 1 and the 2. Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford. And it's Hauser in at the small forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Pass to Hauser. Cornett sets a screen. The kick out to White. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Clark. And they're on the run. From deep, Conley. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Pass to Hauser. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Clark. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Cornett sets a screen. White for 3. 3-pointer goes up. 3-pointer goes down for White.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Horford, a screen on McDaniels. Pass to Hauser. Shot clock at 5. Here's Cornett. They set a pick over Clark. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Outside McDaniels. The 3 is up. Boston pulls it in. Right side White. Fires from deep. And there's the drive. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Craig is checked in for Boston.
First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Celtics. Number 12.
Here's Pritchard. Launches it from deep. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Pritchard's got 5 points. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Grant. Is the league too offensive at the moment, you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball. His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, BA.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team.
And can put the other team on its heels. We'll see how it plays out. Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Boston trailing. Stolen by Reed. A minute 50 left in the second period. Pass to McDaniels. Reed sets a screen. And there's McDaniels. That one's good on the assist by Reed.
3 points.
Now it's a 5-point Minnesota lead. Here's Hauser. Here's Pritchard. And miss after miss right now.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
Clark against Horford. Let's go with a 3. Clark, no good. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. Trailing by 5. The 3 from Craig. Offensive rebound. Celtics. Back to White. Six on the shot clock. Here's Horford. Horford gets it done inside.
Per usual, Big Al carving out outstanding position that helps him get to the ball before anybody else.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Shannon from deep. Fires in the triple. Shannon's got 5 points now this quarter.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
White with a screen on Reed. A good look from Horford. Nice open look, but it's no good.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. We'll be right back after this word.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot drum line. They're thinking about the shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. How about Derek White really making a difference here?
He's hit shot after shot from deep. He's so locked in right now.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
On the court for the Timberwolves. Amp is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Gobert. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Porzingis. All right, Clark, how about Rudy Gobert? What consistency rebounding the ball.
Yeah, averaging double digits pretty much every season, BA. And that helps them in the battle of possessions, obviously. And it also helps them control pace. You've got a guy who eats glass like that and defends at a high level. You got something real good for yourself.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that. Outside, Brown. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Brown's got 5.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Minnesota again missing.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Over to the wing. Shoots it from the corner. Porzingis misses. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Edwards. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Gobert finds Edwards. They need this.
Nice.
Big finish.
Man. Fearless drive by Edwards, taking the ball right into the defense and finishing strong.
Porzingis sets a screen. Over Edwards. Porzingis misses.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And here's Edwards outside. Offensive rebound, Timberwolves. Back to DiVincenzo. White against Edwards. Lets the 3 fly. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
Yeah, you know, once Edwards flips that switch, now he stays fully engaged. His offensive arsenal is on full display.
Outside White. Porzingis with a screen on Edwards. White, the pass to Porzingis. The 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Edwards with it. Now guarded by White. Outside McDaniels. And here's Edwards outside. Oh, yes, the turnaround. And now a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
The turnaround so difficult to perfect, but hard to see anything wrong with that one.
Brown, no good. And so Gobert will bring it up for Minnesota. It's stolen by Holiday. Pass to Tatum to halt the run. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Dante DiVincenzo. And Boston with some changes. Cornette comes in for Porzingis. And Pritchard is subbed in for White. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Miller's checked in for McDaniels. To the left side wing. Back to Edwards. Randall, a screen on Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Edwards. Again, the miss by Edwards.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
It's stolen by Holiday. Here's Cornette. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. Holiday's got his 4th assist in this one.
Eyes all over the floor. Easy dish there for Holiday.
The 3-ball. And that's good. Anthony Edwards for 3. Edwards has got 10 points in just the second half. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Tatum way outside. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Randall, good.
Well, he's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
Outside Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Tatum with a screen. He got it up. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Anthony Edwards has been on display for the Timberwolves. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. Horford at the 4 with Porzingis at the 5. Drew Holiday out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Here's Pritchard. There's the triple. Reed with the rebound. Alexander Walker, the pass to Clark. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Tries to keep it alive. And here's Brown for 3. On the break, Jaylen Brown.
Boy, there's a lot to like about the attitude of Brown. If he sees a fast break opportunity, he's taking full advantage of it in a heartbeat.
Here's Shannon. Launches it. Left side Reed. Puts up a 3. Drills it from deep. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Pass to Pritchard. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. And here we go. The Timberwolves on the run. Out to the right wing. Here's Alexander Walker. Offline with a 3. For Boston, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Wow, Porzingis with the triple.
I think you've got to run Porzingis off of his shots. I mean, you can't let him get comfortable because he'll knock him down.
Pass to Alexander Walker. And Jaylen Brown gets a whistle that time. And that's his first foul of the game. And Boston with some changes. Craig is checked in for Horford. And it's White in for Pritchard. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Craig. And Minnesota with possession here. McDaniels passes to Edwards. 6 to shoot. McDaniels, a screen on White. And here's Edwards outside. 8 makes out of 15 shots. He's got it going.
Boy, great take by Edwards, making the correct decision in the pick and roll there.
They kick it out to Porzingis. He shoots. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time. Porzingis has got 5 points now this quarter. Outside Edwards. Pass to Dillingham. Back to Reed. Over Craig. And Reed with a basket on the assist from Dillingham.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside Porzingis. They get it back. Takes a 3. Oh, rejected by McDaniels.
The length of McDaniels, a big factor at both ends.
Gobert passes to Reed. Here's Dillingham. He's covered by Holiday. Pass to McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing. Brown with the steal. Here they come with numbers in transition. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Kept alive. The kick out to White from behind the arc. The shot, no good.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
McDaniels with it. From outside the arc. Outside Reed. Pass to Edwards. And stolen by Brown. Porzingis with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Three-pointer. Holiday. From beyond the arc and then some. Holiday's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Edwards for 3. Good work defensively by White. And so it's Porzingis with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
And this is the absolute wrong time to stop communicating. They have to get in sync.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Craig. And Edwards puts up a deep 3. Oh, nails the triple!
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
From downtown. The kick out to White. To the wing on the left. Outside Holiday. Clock at 6. Porzingis sets a screen. Jacks up a 3. The shot by Holiday, no good.
At this point, I'm not sure if it's the play calling or the player himself.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. .16 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Edwards against White. 5 on the clock. For 3. Edwards, no good. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. All right, thoughts on what coach is going to do here?
And a 3 would tie it up. If they have to make one extra pass to get a better shot, they probably have just enough time to do that. It's all about getting a 3 right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a 3.
And so it's Minnesota who scrapes by with a win.